This should be fun. Man, I wish I could have you guys in the living room watching basketball with me and fucking drinking and smoking. And man, I feel like lighting one up, but if I do, I probably won't be able to read you guys' comments. But you know what? Viewer Appreciation Day. I want to say Fan Appreciation Day, but that sounds kind of condescending, like fans. Let's just say that we all suffer together the death of the sport that we love. And you guys appreciate that I'm trying to expose that. Let's call it that. You know, it's funny. I just started doing this because I was so upset. I was like, is anyone ever going to listen? Am I alone in the world? Turns out I'm not alone in the world. So that feels good. And reading you guys' comments brings a smile to my face. So let me give you some love. And speaking of love, I don't give my members enough love, or you guys who give me like little thanks every now and then, tip things. So you know what? Let me call out my members right now. Oh shit. I have more members than I thought. Thank you. Some of you are brand new, and some of you have been around for quite a while. So please don't be butthurt that I'm thanking all of you together.
I wanted them to understand what it felt like to be in the trenches. We were shit.
But Michael Thomas, Rob Lane, Mike B. Number 6, Melvin Markley, James Kennedy, Wowie Dictato, Mickey Puskas, James Williams. See, I already can't fucking read. M.I.J. The Shield. Jig R. I'm going to end up saying something like really offensive, accidentally trying to read shit and get in trouble. Jigga React Militant. Don't care 3E3. I'm dumb, people. If I don't get it, if I'm not reading it right, I'm dumb. Thanos, Snap, Feminine, it keeps going. Daryl Benoit. Speaking of me not reading correctly, don't make me regret this. Don't get butthurt that I don't get to your comments. Obviously, I can't possibly read everybody's comments. What I'm going to do today is actually go back a couple of videos ago where people were just spitting really, really great, smart comments. But I will start with the multiverse of truth. From top to bottom, it seems like people really enjoyed it. And the fact that you were laughing makes me laugh. I'm glad. You know, you got to have a little bit of fun in this sad, decaying league of a sport that we used to love. And I will take one comment from it by, see, I can't. At Jan Smith Awazkathor 78. I'm sorry, man. I need you to pronounce it for me, and then I need to repeat it 3 or 4 times before I'm going to get it right. But he does point out the plus or minus thing. I can't stand the dude, but what do you make of the plus minus with him on and off the floor? Which is really, really interesting and deserves a separate video once I figure it out. I don't have the answer at the moment, because those of you who have been with me for a while know that the past 2 years I've been making videos showing that LeBron is a negative, like constantly, and negative in double digits. Like, I have a couple of videos about him being a negative fucking 30, but he's still getting his points. And I was trying to get people to wake up to the fact that, yeah, this guy gets points to the detriment of his team. You know, how do you get a negative 30 when you score 30 points? By getting points the wrong way. That's the answer. And that made sense. Back then, nobody wanted to talk about the plus minus. None of these talk shows were talking about the plus minus, or they would say that it is a confusing or inaccurate statistic. Now they want to talk about it all of a sudden. Now I heard Nick Wright and some of these other fools claiming that the Lakers are better when he's on the floor. And I'm like, wait a minute. I literally just watched last night the Lakers come back each time he's on the bench, which has undisputedly been the case the last few years. And now I'm getting conflicting information because I saw with my own eyes, he went to the bench and the Lakers came back, or the Lakers spread their lead. And now I'm seeing that he's in the plus column more often. I mean, I don't know how to answer that without sounding conspiratorial. It doesn't make sense. You know, I heard he had a good game last night. But, you know, you're supposed to, I mean, what goddamn player in the NBA doesn't have a good game? You know, this is exactly the point. People act like, oh, he finally did something decent. I mean, almost every night I can just point out highlight after highlight after highlight of this guy being a goddamn fool. And he finally has a good game. And it's like, oh, he's the GOAT. For fuck's sakes. But anyways, I don't have the answer, and it's very interesting. And I would like to try and figure this out. If you guys want to try and help me figure it out, absolutely. Please chime in. And we did have one person in there from LeBron James's promise school who actually had a revelation that my multiverse video was not reality. Well done. Well done, LeBron honor student, for figuring out that that was not a real video. By the way, since you guys like that, I made another one. I'll go ahead and premiere that on Sunday because I'm going to put this one up tomorrow, Friday. And I'll tell you what's perplexing about this is that you guys said more, we love it. My views are down 50%. So as someone making these videos, what are you supposed to think about that? So I'm rewinding to a few days ago, I can't keep up with the LeBron lies after one game. And let's just start reading. Ed Malone, 7374. Why is anyone surprised that Russell and AD are being scapegoated, especially when Clutch Sports and their minion controls the narrative? If people watched basketball instead of listening to basketball, they might come to realize the emperor has no clothes. Yes, I think we all feel you on that. Pseudo Dog 831. LeBron will score mainly at open court and will be a stat patter, especially when the game is already decided and the other team is not playing defense. Anyone who watched the last few seasons knows what I'm talking about. Point number 2, LeBron will spend very little energy on defense, including not doing backcourt, even first quarter. Yes, we've all seen that. It's a little bit mind-blowing that it happens in the first quarter, which makes it just intolerable seeing all these, I'm in the gym, shit. For what? For gym muscles? You're not using them on the court other than to commit offensive fouls. Lakers player on the court will be forced to play 4-on-5 all season long, which will overload them. That's a kind of an interesting point. You know, how much toll does it take on the rest of the team carrying that son of a bitch? So by the time the playoffs roll around, several players, including AD, will be injured or out of form due to the same shitty situation where other players have to carry LeBron's defense. LeBron's fanboys will say, what more does he have to do at 38 or 39? Because LeBron's offensive stat would not be bad as expected. So surprisingly, this pattern started as early as 2018. I completely agree, and I appreciate you taking the time to point these things out. I mean, any of you guys know Too Raw for Sports? He doesn't have a lot of viewers, but he sees some of these things and, you know, talks about how the Lakers organization sold their soul for this dude, and he's still whining and complaining And I did a video called Toxic Journalism where Sports Illustrated did a whiny piece about all the shit LeBron's having to suffer through as the Lakers waste his last years. And it's like, Jesus Christ, what does an organization have to do for a player before you say they did a lot for him? They did everything. Anyway, this Too Raw for Sports dude, I wish he was my neighbor. I wish we could have some beers and watch the games together. He'd probably tell me to fuck off, but I can pretend that he would like to watch basketball with me. I might pretend, I might take some of his audio and pretend that he's a podcast guest just because it's such good shit. Did I gloss over anything? Okay, so the open court stat padding. You know, today I look at NBA.com mostly because I was ready to crucify Klay Thompson. You know, the headlines were that Klay's last three-pointer, yay. And then I look at the stats. Klay was fucking garbage. I'm so fucking done with Klay Thompson. He's getting the LeBron treatment a little bit. You know, they just keep giving him credit based on the past. Well, how many goddamn years are we going to do that? Right underneath that, LeBron, dunk of the night. I'm like, oh, the guy's never had a fucking creative dunk in his life. What are they going to show? It was dunk of the night, apparently because he put his shoe back on. Which instead of being something for people to celebrate, I mean, they showed 18 fucking different camera angles of this motherfucker putting his shoe back on as if he was fucking solving the world's problems. Jesus Christ, what else is he supposed to do? It's a shoe. You put it back on your foot. And then, in a best case LeBron scenario, you rejoin the play, which he did. But what you need to understand is that this is actually representative of a lot of Lakers plays. The motherfucker just hanging back, getting some rest, and seeing if there's going to be an easy opportunity. And all these idiot LeBron fanboys like, look what he did. He put his shoe back on and dunked. Yeah, when he fucking came joining the offense after the defense completely dismissed him. I mean, this has been the last several years. The defense just like kind of dismissing LeBron because he's not a threat or because he's not even on the right side of the goddamn court. And then here he comes, ready for the easy dish. How does a 6'9" guy dunk? For perspective, here are some other dunks from that same night that LeBron, doing a straight line, uncontested, uncreative dunk, beat out to be listed as dunk of the night. Are you kidding me? Oh, shit. This is going to take a while. I mean, I clearly need you guys to commiserate with, you know, other people sitting here suffering with me. Jake, 33 AD. AD dominated in the first half of game one. LeBron doesn't do the same in the second half. Of course, AD gets blamed for not dominating in the second half, but LeBron isn't blamed for not dominating in the first half. It's so true. Whatever half LeBron actually decides to play in, which is usually the first half, certainly never under 6 minutes in any game, is when the media focuses on and decides that that's the most important part of the game. And you're not looking at 80s defense. You're not looking at the fact that AD is absorbing most of the attention from the other team. You know, and most of the attention goes to AD and LeBron. Pretty much the entire team draws more concern from the other team than LeBron does, which leaves LeBron an overglorified role player in a situation of getting some easy hoops. Old man baller 5088 agrees with me about Reeves. Yeah, Reeves. God damn it, dude. Don't be the disappointment of the next decade. This is interesting. Matthew 9270. No one wants to talk about how this minute shortage is because LeBron actually hurts the offense. Uh, I mean, conspiratorial? Yes. Makes sense? Kinda. You know, hey, LeBron would like to be out there. I want to give the game my all. I've never cheated the game. Lucky for you, that day isn't today. Yeah, I'm going to go throw up again. But what if this minute shortage, as if Darvin Ham could ever enforce minutes restrictions on LeBron, as if he could ever even fucking do that. But what if this is really just so that he has an excuse to sit his ass down while the Lakers do better without him? While LeBron and Nick Wright and Stephen A. and Jay Will and is there anyone not on this bandwagon? People claim that Skip Bayless and I are haters together. What's the meanest thing Skip Bayless has said in a while? Fucking sellout, pussy ass chicken shit bitch. Fucking maybe has a soft toned criticism about LeBron, followed by an entire panel of guests that spend the next entire show defending LeBron. Yeah, what a hater. My God. If that's what haters have come to, society is as soft as the NBA is now. I'm grateful for this channel. Back at you, Repsino. There's no way I could play with LeBron if I was in the NBA. This guy is a cancer for real. Yeah, you and other people have mentioned what on earth are the teammates thinking? And all I can say is it's worth the paycheck. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think we all feel the pain that you're no longer playing for the passion of competition. You know, when a paycheck was only decent for most people, a few superstars got something good, really good, but a paycheck was just decent, and you played because that's what you wanted to be doing, and you hated losing. That's kind of disappearing. And when athletes are business minded before competition minded, you know why viewership is down. Man, we used to like to see the same team the next year try to overcome whatever didn't work the year before. Now it's, let's spend money and swap pieces and see if this is the magic combination. Ah, God. Jordan Jenkins, 1671. LeBron gets so much vitriol. LeBron is the most scrutinized player ever. If that's true, then why is the media completely silent when LeBron hits a shot off the side of the backboard? Stands around doing nothing, doesn't hustle back on defense, lets guys blow past him, and flops. I mean, you know, he did the side of the backboard thing twice in his last 5 games. You know, you go back to last season's playoffs and this season's first games. Yeah. And as like Too Raw for Sports will point out, you'll shit all over Westbrook if he does that, but suddenly have a short memory about LeBron.
Then, of course, when the Clippers win and Russ has been playing well and shooting the ball well, you motherfuckers ain't got shit to say about that. You hating ass bitches. But you get mad. You get mad when I say anything about this beard dyeing, balding, toupee wearing, insecure, fake goat superstar. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it.
Here's Nico E119. Y'all, if you want me to call you out, get a unique name that I can actually say. Anyway, he's like agreeing about the quiet teammates thing. The classic rivalry concern, Celtics versus Lakers. Yeah, I used to be pretty concerned about that. The NBA needs to move on from LeBron, indeed. This is one I need to look into. At Brian Pasquale 3954 said, I posted some football highlights of LaFraud from high school. He literally complained to the refs on every single play. You and I both know if we did that, our coach would bench us. Amen. Did you really post this? I'm going to have to go look at your channel. He thinks it's okay to complain to the refs about everything. Well, he thinks that because he never gets fucking teed up. I mean, Jesus Christ. What's the recipe for raising a spoiled child? Never spanking the child. You know, there are no consequences for his bad behavior. So why wouldn't he continue to behave badly? He thinks it's okay to quit on his teams. Again, the media never calls him out for it. He has terrible footwork. This is fucking true. I can't believe some of the shit I see. I'm like, my God, I can do that. Thinks it's okay to not get over half court. Stands flat-footed. Yes, he does. Can't play off the ball. Doesn't know how to set a screen. Doesn't know how to box out. Well, he sets a screen every now and then, which is him throwing his knee and hip out, which should be getting a call. He has an awful-looking jump shot, and yet he goes and sits in the corner, resting. I mean, being an Iron Man, waiting for the chance to fucking shoot his team out of the game. Barrett Bryan 8905. I thought it was hilarious during the game. The commentators were discussing the Lakers plus minus when LeBron was on the court versus off the court, and I started laughing because I kept noticing LeBron was coming on whenever Jokic and Aaron Gordon were taking a rest. I noticed this too. Thank you. Seemed like they were even timing his gameplay. Look, you start to sound like you're crazy or insane or go over the top when you say these things out loud. So thank you, someone else, for saying it, because I'm sitting there thinking, should I mention this in my video tomorrow? Or are people just going to start fucking saying I've lost it? Someone else saw it. Motherfucking LeBron's going on the court during opportune times. You're supposed to put your best player on the court to shut down the best players on the other team. Anyway, he says that could maybe play a little into the Lakers plus minus. It has very little to do with LeBron. Just saying. You're not just saying, you're fucking preaching. We've never seen anything like this glazing that's happened with this guy. Amen. All right, I have a member comment at Thanos Snap Feminism. By the way, you guys got to help me understand how to call you out. I try to call you out, and YouTube doesn't let me. Like, I try to write your name in a response, and it doesn't let me. So I'm not neglecting you on purpose. AOH, LeBron was bending over because he looks the part, or to use a football analogy, looks like Tarzan plays Jane. Oh, yes, you're the Tarzan. Looks like Tarzan plays like Jane quote guy. Yeah, a lot of people liked that quote. If he got treated the same by refs, he'd be on the bench. Amen, sir. I've said it a lot. AOH, can you do a video about his agent saying he can shoot as good as Curry? He didn't fucking say that. Did Rich Paul fucking say that? Son of a bitch. 140 acres, retired, 7. Funny thing is, LeBron is a big part of why the ratings have been so bad the past few seasons, if not a decade. Yeah, and yet the NBA can't piece these things together and say, let's reform, let's regroup, let's rebuild. Here's what's really depressing about that. The league has a bunch of content, spoiled pussies. Like, who do you see clamoring to take the throne? There's really talented people. There's definitely people who are better players and more talented. But everybody's content to just shut the fuck up. You know, I think that Kobe, at least, Kobe was charismatic. Kobe was intelligent. He was good looking. He was really talented. But he also clearly had a desire for the throne. And my complaint about Kobe is that they wanted him to have that throne, and he was groomed for it, and he got some help along the way. Some of you are going to be pissed that I said that, but he got a lot of fucking help. But at least he wanted it, and at least he went after it. And LeBron was kind of like, hey, would you like to have this throne? Because we're willing to give it to you, and we're going to do whatever it takes for it to look like you deserve that throne. Could somebody just fucking come and snatch it? Please? Just come snatch it. Like, I would take KD. Whatever faults you want to say he has, I would take KD over LeBron big time. KD doesn't seem like he gives the slightest fuck. Giannis, I don't know. How much of a fuck does Giannis give? How much of a fuck does Luka give? You know, Curry, for his height and what he's accomplished, should be way more heralded than LeBron. But he's basically quiet, which in some regards, you respect that. You don't need to be making noise all the time. But who is the NBA going to crown? They're certainly better looking people than LeBron. Jesus fucking ugly Christ. Why can't someone else be the face of the NBA? It's interesting. Should I mention any haters on here? You know, because one dude says all this LaFlop shit has got to be bad for your health. Well, I'll tell you what's bad for my health is trying to watch a game that I used to thoroughly enjoy and watching LeBron be terrible. But even if I watch a different game, I have to hear the announcers talking about LeBron fucking James. Could we enjoy the other players? You know, I just mentioned why we can't crown anyone else. Is there any effort to crown anyone else? Like, LeBron could have a fucking garbage game the night before. I'm trying to watch a game the next day. LeBron has done this at age 38 under a full moon with the wind blowing east. Shut up. Now, one dude, I don't know if you're defending LeBron or agreeing. He said, Scott Henderson says he's just old. You don't recover very fast when you get close to 40. Well, then fucking retire. What is the obligation to have someone shitty on the court and just say, oh, well, you know, the guy he was guarding blew past him because he was close to 40. Fucking bench his ass. I've made numerous videos joking about how I can go out and now, using the LeBron formula, be shitty and just let everyone know, hey, I'm old. Hey, I'm old. Pick me up for your team. Don't worry about the fact that I suck. It's because I'm old. So apparently it doesn't matter. Well, this is already a long video. I'm sorry. I know I left a lot of people out. I'll do another one. And I'll try not to leave people out. Give members a little bit more love. You know, some of you don't want to probably do the membership thing. A lot of you can't figure out the membership thing. You're always asking me, how do I become a member? Or how do I buy a shirt? Well, shit. I don't know. YouTube's supposed to have a button there for you, making it easy. So I'll put PayPal. I know Too Raw and some other people do that. So you can do Angry Old Hoops at Gmail, PayPal, if you want to throw me a little love and keep this going. You know, I appreciate everyone's support, but, you know, I'm looking at like a couple of dollars a month here. I got to go back and do my job most of the time, so I don't have as much time to spend on this as I would like to, and maybe some of you would like me to be spitting this stuff out. Maybe that can change someday. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you.